Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
It's funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
It's going good. I'm loving having, being able to check in twice a week.
Yeah.
My parts is great, and I am getting better at checking in with them on my own, but I'm not very consistent about it.
Well,
but this week I have been touching my heart and connecting with that little 4-year-old.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and even I babysat one of my 4-year-old grandkids the other day, and I was just we were playing, and then all of a sudden I was just oh, I got to invite my little one in here.
That's so nice to hear.
So that was very different for me, and I didn't notice didn't really notice anything, but it just feels nice to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can get started. I'll start my little meditation timer if that's all right with you.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So you were saying that you're able to touch into the 4-year-old part. Is there any more you wanted to say about that? Just before we move on to whatever else.
Yeah. I've just been touching him by actually putting my hand on my heart. And just because that's the sign that her and I decided would be to indicate that I'm present and that she can, speak up or whatever. Just to give her some space to appear if she would like to.
And how's she respond, or does she ever speak up?
Yeah. So, aside from one time, which was actually when I was talking to the other person that I do parts work with, I connected with her then, very strongly. But other than that, I don't really, I don't feel that in touch, but I'm just trying to be consistent about letting her know I'm thinking of her.
Yeah.
And inviting her in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I do the same part of mine.
Really?
It's maybe 5 years old. And I also, because
Mm.
kind of touching my heart. And
Did you suggest that to me, or was that my?
I think I did. And it was suggested to me by Mr. Tyranny.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, by Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The ripple effect. That's so nice.
Yeah, I'd heard of it, but I'd kind of like glossed over it when I'd seen it just being written about or whatever. But when I was working with him and he suggested it, and it was really helpful. So adding that to the repertoire.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I automatically do that when I'm speaking to clients. I often have my hand on my heart. And this is like relatively new, but before I, started doing that with you, I had been, because it's on video and I review, I see, oh, my hand is right there.
Interesting.
Most of the time it's either there or sometimes I cover my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you work with clients, you do it on video and you record them?
Yes. Yeah, I have to, because I'm like I'm in an MFT program.
Right.
So
Okay.
I have to videotape and show not all of them, but I have to show some of my tapes to my supervisor. Mm-hmm. So we're supposed to videotape them all. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a good learning experience for sure.
Yeah. So do you have any parts that are up today? Any parts that you'd like to get to know better today?
I kind of want to invite this part back to see if she is willing to just, check in.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So start with the sensation in the body and where you notice her energy.
Yeah, so far I'm only noticing some, it's kind of like ringing in my ears that goes with my pulse.
Hmm.
And I've identified that before with her, but it usually comes with other sensations, but so far that's the only one.
Okay. And do you feel like, are there other parts that are wanting to jump in line and not wanting you to go to this 4-year-old part?
There might be a part that is like cheerleading.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yeah.
Is it directing that cheerleading towards the 4-year-old?
Yeah. It's like, well, I'm not sure if it's towards her or just to the situation. It's just like, okay, come on, let's make this happen. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just ask it to, I see it's enthusiastic, but I'll just ask it to calm down a little. It didn't really like that language.
Yeah. You could ask what it's worried about happening if it just lets you lead and if it steps back.
There's another part coming in. It's just like, oh yeah, you're not being a very good therapist. Yeah. Okay.
And how do you address that part? The not very good therapist part?
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to ignore it. But I best address it. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it know that I don't have to be my own therapist right now. I have somebody to direct me, so I can relax.
Yeah, and there's no grades here. Marks. Is your phone vibrating or?
That was an emergency.
Oh.
Yeah. It was for the whole province, and it doesn't impact me right now.
Okay.
Could you hear that?
I think I could hear the vibrating sound. Okay, so the cheerleading and the not a very good therapist part, of they giving you space?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit of curiosity about that thing that just showed up, that I didn't really look at. I didn't read it before I turned it off. Just letting it know I can't do anything about that now.
How's it all feeling now?
I'm feeling calm. I'm wondering if she's calm, and so this is her presenting calmly.
And how are you feeling about connecting with her?
Yeah, she's telling me she was connecting with me.
Mm-hmm.
Those times I put my hand on my heart. She was calm, so I didn't notice her.
Does she want to be calm?
I'm just trying to let her know that in order for me to connect with her, I need to feel her a bit.
Mm-hmm.
At least a bit. And she said she didn't want to disturb me.
And how about now? If you kind of invite her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is. She's. I'm connecting with her because she's telling me these things.
Yeah.
She didn't want to disturb me, so I'm just letting her know that I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And she can still let her presence be known, even when I'm doing stuff. I just don't want her to overwhelm me. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have a kind of agreement with her about that, or is that something you want to just ask her if she's willing to do that?
Mm. Yeah, she's just showing me how she actually did show up, and I didn't I didn't get overwhelmed by her. I just shed a couple of tears, and that was her. She's just letting me know that was her.
Yeah.
And I noticed her. Or I noticed the sensations. I just didn't connect it with her. Yeah. And she was okay with that.
Yeah. So what are you hoping to learn about her? Anything specific, or you want to just ask her?
Yeah. She just told me that she really appreciated me calling her a smart little cookie the other day.
Yeah.
He loved that. And would like more of that. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she liked it when I realized how creative she's been in well, getting me to notice her.
Just let me know if you want me to like offer more questions. It just sounds like you're doing so well at connecting with her.
I'm trying. I'm actually like trying to come up with questions or suggestions.
Mhm.
Like I'm trying to figure out what to do here
Mhm.
with her.
Does she like being with you right now? Just being in this conversation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says that's good enough.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I did with, my 4-year-old grandson
Mm-hmm.
the other day. Oh, yeah. She's reminding me now that I actually, when I went swimming last weekend, no, it wasn't last weekend. It was just on Thursday. I was running in the shallow end of the pool and I invited her to run along with me. And she said she liked that.
So nice.
So she is hearing me, even though I'm not hearing back in those moments. She's getting something out of this. So I'm just going to tell her I'm going to continue to invite her to join me in different things.
Yeah, you could ask like if she's okay with that, or how she might like to be heard more, or if there's a way that
Yeah.
you two want to brainstorm that.
As soon as he said that, I thought about the writing with my left hand. That thought came to me. So I don't know. That was maybe her, or it might have been a little bit of an older version of her. I'll try doing that. Yeah, she likes that. She said I could try drawing
Yeah.
with my non-dominant hand because she doesn't know how to write.
Yeah.
And I do have this little teddy bear, which I'm holding right now. And he likes that. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to ask her about like how much she understands about what I've been writing about lately. Because I've actually been writing about her experience.
Okay, you've been writing about. Got it. What she went
Uh,
through.
yeah, and I can't really. I mean, she's been unable to articulate it, but I've gotten enough context now from that time that I think I understand what she went through.
You check that with her. Just
Mm-hmm.
and you know, they only need what they need. Like, she might not need you to witness everything, or you know, I know that some people get kind of stuck on trying to explore every memory. But I would just let her lead.
And I feel like I am done, you know, like that feels finished for me. And so, yeah, I'm wondering if what she wants to do. She seems quite content being where she is.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. I mean, that's why I'm being so quiet. I just.
I am curious if so. Do like a part that was previously exiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do they become when they're not exiled anymore?
They become. There's a word for it, but I forget. Unburdened. Just happy parts, I guess.
Okay. I guess that's where she's at. He seems to be there.
If it feels right, you could ask about some of the like issues that had come up before and just kind of test them out. You could ask about, she talked about not being listened to. You could ask about that. I know that her protector parts came up when you thought about presentations and.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, so you could kind of test those,
Yeah.
or ask about those protectors and just kind of check on that constellation.
He isn't expressing worry or anything about the presentation. But I know I am worried about it.
Yeah, she just doesn't feel like it's her area to
Yeah,
get
I
into.
guess not.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what you were. That's what you would. That's what your solution was with her before.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there's another part coming in, like a concern part about about that upcoming presentation and the fact that I am working on a paper that is due after the presentation, but the presentation's based. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the presentation's an elevator speech pretty much about the paper, but I can't do that presentation until I do the paper, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone else has done this, felt this way. So I don't know what parts this is all connected to.
I just have some other ideas about directions you could go with her.
Okay.
If you want. You could. It sounds like she's pretty content with the communication that you had.
Mhm.
You could ask about more of like, is it the right quantity? Like, is there a consistency, or is there some other way that she would like in that regard?
Okay. Yeah, she's pretty quick to say that I've been checking in on her quite often. She's noticed, and that's good. Like, yeah.
And if she had a magic wand and she could do whatever she wanted, what would that be, I wonder?
Mhm. Yeah, she wants to show up in more playful ways.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm.
Is she showing you any of those? Can you?
Yeah, so yeah, she's showing me going bike riding and swimming
Yeah.
and playing with my grandkids and um, fun things like that. And I'm just like, 2 more weeks,
Yeah.
2 more weeks, I can do that. Yeah. She's jumping up and down. She's excited.
And how do you feel about, like, well, your own excitement? I mean, do you have concerns or doubts or anything that you need to do to make sure that you're in that right space in 2 weeks, for example?
Yeah, I was actually feeling that today because in doing this paper,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking I was gonna, like, this paper's not due till May 9th, I think. I mean, what are we going into? April 9th.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking I'm gonna have to get an extension, but because I need to have it done before I do my presentation, which is next weekend, I feel like I'm gonna be totally done in a week.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, not totally done, but like, because I'll only have a rough draft, but I'll be very done. And
Yeah.
yeah, 2 weeks seems really realistic now, where it didn't a few days ago. Yeah.
This all sounds so great. I mean, the last time we talked, it's just there was so much up for you about these presentations, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah, and like last time, I think I had 4 or 5 more assignments, and I'm actually down to 3, but the third one is pretty much done. So yeah, I'm feeling very optimistic.
well, yeah. Where else do you want to go with this part in this conversation?
Mm. Yeah, she's just saying, like, can I just stick her on my shoulder so she can be a quiet observer.
Yeah. And how do you respond to that?
I kind of like that idea because,
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
it gets her more out there.
Yeah, out there, but still safe with you.
Hmm.
Any other parts that have any concerns or questions about your arrangement here, and the work you're doing here?
They're just, somebody concerned part is just like, maybe you should piggyback her instead of on your shoulder. Yeah. That's it. I'm not hearing.
I think it sounds great. All of it.
Yeah, it feels pretty peaceful inside,
It's beautiful.
even with, I mean, there's a little bit of worry about the stupid presentation.
Sure, yeah.
But it seems like a natural amount of worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it's connected to this part or some other like shame or extreme emotion.
It feels like an unfamiliar confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So what is that?
Uh,
Hurt?
I don't know. It might just be being self-led, and this is what it feels like when there aren't internal problems to solve. You know, that's just contentedness. I mean, I don't want to dismiss if there's problems and if there's parts, but you know, I do my work, and I look inside myself every day, and it is kind of odd when it's so calm and everything's fine, and I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of new, really
And
new.
I mean, I was writing about differentiation today, and like from a different theory point of view, but it's all about anxiety, and
Yeah.
It's been just interesting. I haven't gone, oh well, like I haven't, yeah, like it's almost like my anxiety, that part is really softened.
Yeah.
I hesitate to say more than softened.
Yeah.
But it's really reduced.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Again, me too. I mean, and even if it's decreased by 10%, it's like hallelujah. That's a lot. And this in this such a small amount of time, it's just
Yeah, especially
great.
for me, relative to my age, you know.
Yeah.
And even where I was at, I don't know, a year ago,
Yeah.
half a month ago, I don't know. Yeah, quite a difference.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Go forth and share it.
All right, I will.
Okay.
This is an amazing. It's an amazing therapeutic approach.
Yeah, it's really something.
Hmm. Which I'm also writing about.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll be presenting.
Exciting.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's nothing else for us to talk about.
Sounds good.
Thanks for sharing all that, and it's really, really nice to see.
Yeah. Thanks for witnessing
Hmm.
and sharing your, just your resonances. I appreciate that. That, sort of validating.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's interesting how, the practice, how much you can do by yourself, and what's helpful to have someone else to do with. And I think for me, and through my understanding and very limited experience, is that going and doing that exile work is just really hard to do alone, because it can just be so overwhelming, and we're so used to responding in a certain way or not responding at all, that having that little bit of guidance really helps there.
Yeah, the one thing I am hesitant with clients, especially since I haven't stated I'm an IFS therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a little bit hesitant about broaching exiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's. I've done a lot of protector work, and I don't know if it's just that they're that protected that I just haven't gotten to exiles, or if I've been sort of afraid of that. But I think this experience is going to give me more confidence.
Yeah. Once you've gone through it and seen it work, and I'm just sticking to the script basically. It's and I do with everybody, and it kind of seems to work with everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, talk to you in a week.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Have a good night. Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.